Today I'm going to go over something that is very important to me and why I believe it is so important to everyone listening and everyone throughout the world, really. The topic is cannabidiol or CBD. So I stumbled across CBD about 4 years ago while personal training. I've been personal training for about a decade now. I started when I was 22. I'm 32 now. So have been doing it most of my adult life. When I first learned about CBD, I did not know much about it. I was very um, uninformed. I thought CBD was something that got you high, something that only stoners use, and there wasn't any medicinal benefits whatsoever. So the first product that was introduced to me or given to me was from a fellow friend and personal trainer. And he had a CBD infused honey stick, which was kind of unique to me. You can use this product in tea, coffee, or you can just take it all by itself. So I took the product home, and at the time I was still skeptical. So when I got home, my brother-in-laws were over, and I told them about it, and I didn't want to get high, and they thought maybe it would get them high. Um, and we all have that brother-in-law or sister-in-law or friend or relative that likes to partake or smoke that wacky tobacco, right? So they took it with them when they left, and I asked them the next day how it made them feel. And to my surprise, they said that it didn't do anything to them. It didn't get them high. I'm like, wow. I was very surprised. So this led me to doing some research. I thought maybe it was just a fluke, but then I learned that CBD does not get you high. And in fact, it has a bunch of benefits, like anti-anxiety and inflammation. And at the time, I was training clients that suffer with anxiety and inflammation of the gut specifically. So I invested in some CBD, and after learning more about it, and I decided that, hey, if this works as good as what I'm reading and learning, it's going to help my clients too. So I gave some of my clients, two of them specifically, some CBD for them to start taking after our workouts. And again, to my surprise, it helped them feel better mentally and even look better physically. Their inflammation in their gut started to go down and they started losing weight. So this really sparked a passion or obsession within me, which led me to where I am today, where I'm consulting people, helping people start CBD businesses, and learn all about CBD. I'm going to go over 5 different topics today with you. I'm going to go over what is CBD, benefits of CBD, our endocannabinoid system, dosing with CBD, and the different forms of delivery. The first topic I'm going to cover is what is CBD. Today I'm going to go over something that is very important to me. I'm going to cover what CBD is, how it affects you, what it looks like, and the plants that CBD is derived from. CBD is one of the active ingredients. CBD is short for cannabidiol, and it's part of the cannabis plant. Cannabis being both hemp and marijuana. Really, the biggest definition or difference between hemp and marijuana is the THC level. The legal definition of hemp is that it has less than 0.3% THC. Now, CBD is being researched throughout the world for its medicinal properties. A huge influence in this research is because of people like you and me that are just tired of pharmaceutical drugs and its negative side effects. They're destroying people's lives. Now, CBD is just not limited to the cannabis plant, hemp and marijuana. CBD has also been found in hops, dark chocolate, and even breast milk. We all know that breast milk is phenomenal for our newborns. Some theories believe that unless it is derived from marijuana, it is not effective, which cannot be further from the truth. CBD is CBD, no matter where it comes from. Just like water has the same molecular structure, whether you get it from Lake Erie or Lake Michigan. Once you process and make it a single molecule, it's the same. But there is argument whether it's a full plant extract or full spectrum extract from marijuana or hemp versus a single molecule, CBD isolate. That's a whole other conversation itself, but there's definitely a difference in effectiveness and its ability to work on certain ailments, whether it be sleep, pain, anxiety, epilepsy. But that's, like I said, a whole other presentation in itself that I'd be more than happy to go over. Now, CBD is non-psychoactive, which is mostly true, but it will not give you the same euphoric feeling that THC, the cousin of CBD, gives. The reason I say it's mostly true is because CBD, when you ingest it, inhale it, however you consume it, does relax the mind. So some kids say that is altering your state of mind slightly. So some people interpret that as a psychoactive effect. Now, CBD stimulates the endocannabinoid system, so this is another benefit. Now, our endocannabinoid system, or our ECS for short, is one of the most amazing systems in our body. Our ECS is a set of receptors throughout our body that, when fed with cannabinoids like CBD, it helps the receptors work properly. This amazing, sophisticated system is the reason CBD helps so well, which I'm going to cover here further in this presentation. Now, my next topic that I'm going to cover are the many benefits of CBD. I'm going It's time to discuss the benefits of CBD. The endocannabinoid system. Say that 10 times fast. Next up is to talk about the different forms of delivery on how to use CBD. Now, we learned about how to read a label. We learned about how to dose with it. So now it's important that we find out the perfect way of ingesting CBD for us and what fits our goals and our needs. So we're going to talk about the 4 most common ways of using CBD, from vaping all the way to using edibles. How quick they absorb to how slow they absorb. So the first one I want to talk about is vaping. Vaping has gotten very popular over the course of these last several years. A lot of people use vaping or vape that suffer with anxiety. And the reason they use vape is because it gives instant relief. It actually breaks the blood-brain barrier. So when you're feeling anxious, a lot of times all you want to do is just get out of that state. And that's exactly what the vape will do for you. Instantaneous results. Now, although it does have benefits, it does not come without its drawbacks. So if you are very health conscious and very particular about what you're putting into your body, which I believe a lot of us are, you're not going to like putting vapor into your lungs. I know for me, the only thing I like putting in my lungs is the oxygen we breathe. Now, the next form of delivery is going to be with a tincture. Now, tinctures generally come in a 1 ounce or 30 ml bottle, but some are 2 ounce, some are 15. But most common is going to be a 1 ounce bottle. And it comes with a little pipette or dropper, sometimes measured. It will be measured a quarter, half, 3/4, or full milliliter. So you can measure how much CBD is in there at a time. You typically take that dropper and you can put, when it's filled with oil, you put it under your tongue for it to absorb through the lining of your mouth, under your tongue. Now, this is a very efficient way of ingesting CBD. This also breaks the blood-brain barrier, just like when vaping. But in addition to that, some of it still gets absorbed in your stomach, which when you absorb some in your stomach, you have the possibility of getting the CBD destroyed from your stomach acid. Now, this is the most common way of using CBD that there is right now. Very, very effective. So a benefit is that it's quick and efficient. A drawback or a con is that it can be an acquired taste. There's all different kinds of flavors and carriers that CBD is in, from MCT and CBD to hemp seed and CBD, grape seed and CBD. And then you have the difference between an isolated CBD compound that's virtually tasteless to a full spectrum, which is filled with flavonoids and different terpenes that some have an acquired taste that some people just don't like. So that would be a drawback from the tincture. Now, the next way of getting your CBD is topically. Topically, so it comes in a few different forms. It comes in creams, balms, gels, and a lot of times people use the topical form when they have pain in their joints, their muscles, skin conditions like psoriasis or just inflammation of the skin. Maybe they have acne. It works really good for localized areas. And if you're suffering from, say, arthritic joints, the relief that you get is a lot of times instantaneous. It's pretty quick, especially with a lot of products. Like, for example, one very popular one that we sell and make is our CBD freeze. And people have found that they get instant relief with that. It typically lasts for, at times up to 5 hours. So it can work instantly and last for a pretty long time. Now, just like with anything, there's pros and there's cons. So a pro is going to be that it can work for localized areas and give you pretty quick relief, last for a long time. Now, a drawback or a con is that it's still going to be used topically. Okay, and if you're truly trying to heal yourself, in my opinion, ingesting CBD is the best way to do that, because our bodies heal themselves from the inside out. The next way of ingesting CBD is through edibles and capsules. Edibles have become a very, very popular way of ingesting CBD. For a couple reasons. I think the main one is that it's convenient, and secondly, it tastes good. For a lot of people, I mean, it tastes much better than a tincture. Drawback is that a lot of these edibles, they can be filled with sugar, high fructose corn syrup, just things that can add to inflammation. Sugar itself can create an inflammatory response. So when taking CBD for health reasons, if you're trying to improve it, taking in a bunch of sugar is kind of combating that, in my opinion. Capsules are a very easy way of ingesting CBD. You get in your exact dose, because you can get them in 10 milligrams, 15 milligrams, 25 milligrams. The downfall, though, is that it's going in through our stomach. So our stomach acid can destroy a lot of the CBD. Then it needs to get processed through the liver. So, although convenient, the amount of CBD we absorb is going to be much less than if we were to use a tincture. To sum this up, I'd like to say, take CBD daily. 1 dose a day will keep the doctor away. If you'd like to connect with me after this presentation, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can put LinkedIn/Brian Lytle, or you can connect with me on Instagram. That would be Brian Lytle CBD, or you can connect with me on Facebook. Just look up Brian Lytle. I'd be happy to answer any questions, give you any advice, and help you out however possible. If you're looking for a great CBD product, there are many out there, many good and not so good. One I can definitely attest to is the Grow Networks. We make one of their products for them. It is the CBD infused with myrcene. It is a high strength, very good quality product, and I definitely recommend checking it out.